secret to longevity?
God is number one. Get you a partner that you can fuck every night.
Hey.
When we as men think about the completion of our lives, we've been raised in a society that tells us that you're not where you need to be as a man if you don't have a family to take care of, a family to provide for, a wife and children in a home with you, worrying you half to death about what they want, what they need, and how you're going to get it and when you're going to get it. But I say to you, man, this isn't the 50s anymore. You don't have to view yourself as a made man only if you have a family to take care of. Because 9 times out of 10, or at least 5 times out of 10, we have found out that you put yourself in these situations and they're going to end anyway. And almost all of those instances are initiated by the same woman that you invested in, and the greatest loss that a man takes is in divorce. Let's listen to this video, man, and we'll come back and chop it up on a real tip.
If you ask the guys on top of Fortune 500 companies, right, what was their biggest investment? Immediately, they may think financial investment, but the biggest investment is in friendship. It's in
relationship.
Yes, in their relationship. Because if you ask them where they took their biggest losses, there's a column that simply states in Forbes that says married and divorced, right? And this is where Fortune 500 companies turn into Fortune 250.
Yeah.
Now, the most egregious thing about this is that no matter what situation you're in, if you marry a woman and there's a divorce, you're going to lose as a man. And you're going to lose more in divorce than you ever lost in any other investment in your life. And here's the thing. You put more into marriage than you put in any other investment in your life. Any other investment, you just put some money in it. You go to the stock market, do a little research, you put some money in it, let the money do what it's going to do. You see somebody with a business idea, they want to start a business, you give them the front money, okay, you put your money into it, you may have to oversee it and make sure you're involved in it just to make sure that, you know, they don't drop the ball and start lollygagging, but for the most part, you just put your money in it. With marriage, that investment only begins with money. There's time, energy, effort. You got to deal with some level of disrespect at some point. You got to worry about chastising a grown person for doing things they should know better than, or you think they should know better than. You got to deal with the emotional attachment to the woman and to the children. And then if the woman leaves and takes the children with her, then you got to deal with emotionally detaching yourself from those scenarios. If you really want to know how to make relationships work, you got to talk to older people. And when you talk to older people, I'm talking about grandmas, granddad, great-grandma, great-granddad, I'm talking people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. You're going to find out one thing. Relationships could work if people of today were more like people of younger years. But we're not. But relationships are simple, really simple. And it takes listening to these older people to find out the truth about them.
Secret to longevity.
God is number one. Get you a partner that you can fuck every night.
Hey.
You didn't get a question.
I'm sorry. They asked, what's the secret to longevity? And this is her answer.
God is number one.
Okay.
Find you somebody that you can love and cuddle.
So the people that's single ain't gonna live a long time?
I doubt it. They will develop some kind of something, with the or something. But you have to go, honey, because this is the way I roll.
Now, when you hear this woman say this, all you can do is say, you know what? She's got a point.
What was a typical date when you were younger?
I had so many children. I had 5 children. I ain't had no typical date. Wash, iron, cook, sew, at night. That was it.
Okay.
That was my reward.
I'm talking about before you...
Before you was married.
Right. If you just decided to go out on a date, you know, what was your typical date?
I didn't go out on dates. I sneaked around with Edie, me, and Minor Mo, and the man. Because I loved it.
But I'm saying, did y'all have movies?
Yeah, we had movies. But I want to go to a movie when I can feel decent cards and stuff. No.
This is an investment that no man should be willing to make. Unless he is absolutely sure. And he's sure because this woman has proven herself worthy of being in that position. The problem is men are meeting women, marrying women in 6 months. Men are meeting women, marrying a woman in a year. You should never even consider putting a woman in that situation in fewer than 5 years. If a woman can roll with you for 5 years and prove herself worthy and not change or flip-flop, because even Denzel couldn't act for longer than 4 years. So if you give a woman that space and that time and she proves herself worthy, then yes, maybe you should take a chance on her. But I'm telling you, if a woman is not the one, she ain't gonna last 5 years with your brother, and they know this. That's why they put the pressure on you to do it faster than 5 years. If you want to lose your money, make the wrong choice when you choose the honey. If you want to lose your net worth, make the mistake of not putting yourself first. Never elevate a woman to a position that she's not ready for. And 9 times out of 10 in this society, you're going to meet a woman who's never going to be ready for that position. You got to compromise some of your demands and requirements for that position. And why would me? Why would you? Why would we, as distinguished men of success and adulation from multiple women, put ourselves in a situation to allow one woman to straight tie our pockets out of our pants? It doesn't make sense. Don't make an investment that has such a poor rate of return. Men lose in marriage. They don't gain in marriage. If a woman can't be with you without the legal marriage, without the paperwork, without the legal documentation, then a woman doesn't want to be with you. She wants to be in a secure situation. That means that while she's with you, she's going to be taken care of. And when she's gone, she's going to be taken care of. And there's nothing wrong with that if the modern woman was mentally and emotionally equipped to be the type of woman that we need as men, that we want as men, that we desire as men, that we can get along with as men, man. But we don't live in that world. We live in a world where women believe they should just be able to do whatever they want to do and say whatever they want to say, man. That's not a real world. I'm here right now, man, in my fly bachelor pad, chilling. Can I get a woman over I want her over? Yes. But most of the time, I don't want a woman over. I love the peace and serenity, the tranquility of the environment. I don't want to hear no woman talking every day. Look at all the things you got to deal with when you're in a relationship with a woman like that. Man, you got to deal with her mouth. You got to deal with her always feeling like she should have a say. You should consider her opinion. And this is the woman you got to provide for and protect. You got to deal with her wanting to do her own thing. See, here's the thing. If a woman want to do her own thing, she need to be single. Any woman that want to do her own thing, she's only getting with you so you can foot the bill on her doing her own thing. Guys meet women and put them through school. Look at Bill Gates. Look at all the benefit Melinda Gates got from him. And now she can leave and be a billionaire. She ain't going to be as rich as him, but she a billionaire. She went from a woman working at his company to being a billionaire. And don't even have the audacity to defend that man against all these attacks on his character. Feeding the people information to tear the man down. Why? Because you can't trust a woman any further than you can see her. When she's not around you, you don't know what she's doing. Sometimes when she's around you, you ain't paying enough attention to her to know what she's doing. These modern women are too entitled. They feel like marrying you is enough for them to deserve some of your paper. They're not coming to leave empty-handed. The problem is they're coming to leave. They're not coming to stay. They're coming to leave. Whenever you marry a modern woman, she already has an exit strategy. She already knows what her exit plan is. She already knows what the next move is. And that's why any man who marries a woman without a prenuptial agreement, an ironclad prenuptial agreement, with some things that she agreed to that she regrets she agreed to in the end. And that's the only way to do it. If not, a woman would take everything out of your pockets that she could put into her pocketbook, man. Whatever handbag she got, whatever she could fit in there, she'll take it. And be mad that she couldn't get more. The real deal is this, man. I want y'all to understand that there is no benefit for a successful man to marry a woman. If you already getting paper, what's the purpose? 9 times out of 10, you already got a child. What's the purpose? And 9 times out of 10, you love your bachelor life, your single life. So what's the purpose? How can you ever wrap your mind around the concept of having one woman around you all the time? Not who's just around, who feels like she deserves to be around. A woman will move into your crib with you and start calling your crib her crib and try to make rules in the house that you already had. The bottom line is, brothers, the modern woman is not designed to be your wife. She's mentally designed to be your partner, emotionally designed to be your wife, and spiritually designed to be the opposite of both of those things. And just be a selfish, self-serving human being who wants nothing more than to get everything she can from you because she gave you the blessing of being your wife. I want y'all to think about how crazy that sounds. But I want y'all to also understand how real that is. She doesn't want the marriage. She wants the wedding. She doesn't want to be a wife. She wants to be a bride. And once the fairy tale of being the bride passes, so does her determination, dedication, and desire to please you and be what it is that you need or want her to be. Because in her mind, you're the one who's been blessed by the fact that she will marry you anyway. And like the Homer 50 said, if you want your Fortune 500 company to turn into a Fortune 250 company, go ahead and invite a woman into your world that you didn't vet, that you didn't screen, that you didn't make spend 5 years on the scene to prove that she belongs on the team, prove that she's dedicated to the dream, prove she want to fill your money bag until it busts at the seams. Then you're going to find out the hard way that there is no more debt that you could ever pay than to pay a woman to leave who you never should have let stay. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you may have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the AlphaSphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission.